Hello guys, welcome back to the DMVC Framework week from zero to hero. Today is our fourth day on the DMVC week, and unfortunately it's already coming to the end. Let's review our week schedule. On day one, we talked about the installation of the DMVC and making a hello world. On day two, we made the backend of an API, complete CRUD using the ORM active record that comes with the framework itself. On day three, we made the view using the red approach that is so popular with Delphi. And we did both VCL and FMX. And today we will talk about documenting your API. So documentation is something important. A lot of people, they sort of neglect that, but we really value that. So today we will talk about this. And tomorrow we will talk about deployment of an application like this, like the backend, in a IIS server with HTTPS. Okay. And before we go to coding, don't forget to go to our ping board and to share your LinkedIn information with the people following the week. Also connect with people, share ideas. If you have any problems, let us know. You have our contact information, so you can just drop us an email or something, and we'll try to help you out. Okay, so let's go down to the code. Okay guys, so here we will teach how to document your API using Swagger. Swagger is open source, so you can use it for free. And we'll use a middleware that comes already with the framework itself. Okay? So let's go. First thing, well, this is the project we had already. And first thing, we have to add the middleware. We'll add a middleware, and actually we have to add the uses, the unit to the uses clause, which is the DMVCFramework.middleware.swagger. And actually here we will create a variable that contains information about the API itself. Here we are creating as inline var. But if you are using a prior version of Delphi, you can create a private variable as well. It works the same. So let's create this variable of the type DMVC Swagger info. And now we'll also configure some information about the API. And we also have to add the uses, the MVC framework .swagger.commons. Let's just fill some information about the API. Here you can just put like example data. Okay, now we add the middleware itself. So the FMVC, which is the instance of the framework itself, .add middleware, we are adding in the FMVC. It will answer the request to get the Swagger JSON at /API/swagger.json. Here just some description. Again, here we have actually to declare which middleware you are actually adding to the framework. So you have to instantiate the middleware. And we pass also the variable that we just created with the information about the API, so it can generate properly. Let's test it and see how it goes. If we go localhost colon 8080 / API / swagger.json. There you go. This is the JSON already in a Swagger standard. Now we will add some front end to it. There's already this standard front end from Swagger, and we can also add it. In the framework folder, there's a sample folder, Swagger doc, and then inside the bin folder, you have the www, and you can copy the contents from there, from the Swagger folder. In our project, let's create also a bin folder where we will put also our executable. And here we create a www folder. And let's configure the project to actually generate the executable inside the bin folder. Nice. Now if we execute it, it should generate the executable inside the bin folder. Yeah, exactly. Nice. So now we will add a middleware that will serve static files. Again, add middleware. DMVC static files middleware.create, and then where it will answer at /API /doc, and which folder it will serve. So is the /www, and which file, the index.html. Let's test it. /API /doc, and there you go. And this is already a front end. It's a standard. Everybody that works with APIs knows this kind of front end, so it makes it really accessible to other systems to consume your API. People can get information about your API. Now let's customize a little bit. You set this load system controllers to false in your MVC configuration, your initial configuration. And then you will see that now you have only your controller information. And now let's make it even better. Let's add the MVC framework Swagger commons here in the controller. And now let's add a few attributes to the methods, so it will show more clear into that view, into that front end, Swagger front end. So here we can put like for example the MVC swag summary, and then like the title is customer, and then a description of this endpoint, and then MVC swag response to 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 inform what kind of responses you can expect from that endpoint. In that case, for example, a 200 is a success, and if it returns what kind of data it returns, and if it's an array or not. In this case, it is an array, and you can add another one, like for example another response. Let's configure for the 500, for example, which is the HTTP code for internal server error, for example. And any other response that you have predicted in your server, in your API, you put it here, and then it will show in that front end, also in your Swagger JSON. It will show more or less like this. You see? So yeah, it looks really nice. It's readable, and it's there's already a sort of a test interface where you can use it. Now let's do for the rest of the methods. One thing is that you have to notice that we moved this model.customer use clause to the interface section because we reference the model in the class. So now you see it's a lot more cleaner, and there's a lot more descriptions. There are examples of the JSON objects you should send to the endpoints, parameters. See? Description, example, the return that you will get. That this is very interesting to, for example, to show you don't have to explain your API every time. It will be there automatically. And you can also, for example, save this JSON file, like this JSON, and import into any other client that knows the Swagger standard, and it will already understand your whole API. Let's show with Postman, and then you will see what I'm talking about. If from here you click import and select that file that we just saved, it will generate already all the examples with the verbs configured. You can see here all the verbs configured, the parameters are already configured, everything is there. So guys, this was our piece of documentation with Swagger. Okay guys, final thoughts about what we learned today. And Swagger.json. Well, we saw that it's easy with the DMVC framework to create the Swagger.json, where it's automatically created already with the Swagger standard. And Swagger is a standard widely used in the industry. You can Google that, and you will see that a lot of big companies are using that. A lot of public APIs are using Swagger to document their APIs, to show to the world how they can be used and consumed by any parties, and well, it's just nice to follow the standards, right? The Swagger frontend. The Swagger frontend is the part that is readable to humans, let's say. So it's there where you can it will show examples. It will already tell what kind of responses you can expect from your API, objects that it will return, if it's expecting any parameters or not, this kind of stuff. And this is really nice. For example, if you have a public API, or even like let's say your system has an API to be used internally, and another system wants to integrate with you, and instead of sending that super large PDF or to drawing diagrams or something like this, you can just pass the URL, and your Swagger frontend will already tell the developer in the other end how your API works. If he doesn't want to use the front end, he can download the swagger.json, import in a Postman or any similar tool that will just understand the standard. Another thing on how important it is to use a standard, and you are good to go, and your documentation will be always up to date, because every time the middleware will be in charge of creating that swagger.json. Okay, documentation is important. Why? Because, as I said, with your documentation being up to date, it will facilitate a lot when third parties or even you wants to understand your API, wants to know what is in there. And well, its organization is a way for you to know in the future what is happening there, right? Because how many times we didn't write something, and then a few weeks from there, we don't know anymore what that piece of code is doing, right? And that's why documentation is so important. And guys, today was our 4th day in the DMVC week. Tomorrow is the last day. We will learn about deployment with HTTPS in IIS server. And well, I'm really excited for that. I hope you are as well. And don't forget about the board. Go there, visit the pin board we have, and drop your LinkedIn contact there. If you have any doubts, any problems, please let us know. We'll try to help you the best we can. Okay? And tomorrow we also have a really good announcement for you guys. Okay? So don't miss tomorrow, huh? See you there. Bye.